The Action Control Model, according to Professor Julius Kuhl, translating intentions into actions. Every person uses their four brain systems differently. Depending on which brain system we activate, particularly easily in certain situations, we exhibit a corresponding behavior in both our working and personal lives. Let us take a closer look at the four brain systems. First, the goal formation system, aka the managing director. Whenever we want to act, we need to set ourselves a goal. Goals arise from the activity of a system at the front of the right hemisphere of the brain. Decision-making processes also take place in this system when we have to choose between different goals. The managing director helps us see things from an overview perspective, our environment, our inner state, as well as our wishes and needs. This is where the brain functions generally referred to as emotional intelligence, which is indispensable for successful interaction with other people, take place. Second, the action planning system, aka the logician. Once a personal goal has been defined, it is passed on to another brain system. Primarily situated at the front of the left hemisphere of the brain, this system devises an action plan to accomplish the goal. What will I do first? How will I do it? What will I do next and/or later? In more simple terms, this brain system is also referred to as the logician. On the way from the formation of the goal in the managing director to the planning of the action in the logician, a first switch from the right side to the left side of the brain takes place. Third, the action performance system, aka the spontaneous doer. On the way from planning an action to performing specific actions, a second switch from one side to the other takes place as the plan to perform an action is passed on to a third brain system. This system controls our actions and movements at the back of the right hemisphere of the brain. That is, it puts the logician's plan into practice. Over time, any plans devised by the logician that are frequently put into practice by the spontaneous doer will be automated and can then largely be performed automatically and no longer require complex planning. Learning to drive a car is a good example. We first make heavy use of our logician in order to plan how to step on the gas slowly, while at the same time releasing the clutch and to carefully put these actions into practice. By constantly exercising and repeating these actions, they become automated after some time and can be performed very quickly with the help of the spontaneous doer. Fourth, the results monitoring system, aka the controller. After we have performed an activity, a fourth brain system is activated, the controller, which is primarily situated at the back of the left hemisphere of the brain. Via our senses, it perceives the result of our movements or actions. This perception is possible only because the controller is fully focused on details. It is literally programmed to look for discrepancies, for the needle in the haystack, and makes us notice other people's frowns or spot a tiny typo in a text we have already read over and over again. It is only because the controller directs our attention to critical details and discrepancies that we are able to notice things, even if this negative information is not always welcome in everyday life. The information received from the controller is returned to the front of the right hemisphere of the brain, where the overall situation is analyzed from an overview perspective. Has the original goal been achieved? If not, what needs to be changed to achieve the goal next time? What alternatives are there?